What's up, guys? This is Andrew, and today I'm going to be bringing you a 1-month review of the brand new Bose QuietComfort earbuds. In my time with these earbuds, I've used them in the office, I've used them when I'm running errands, I've used them while I'm working out. So at this point, I feel like I have a good grasp on them, and I can give a solid review to hopefully help you guys out deciding whether these are the earbuds for you. So I'm going to go over the pros, the cons, the different features, and with the cons, how much they actually affect me in my daily life. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. I'm going to start out this review by talking about the elephant in the room, which is the case because it's huge. Now everyone has pointed it out in their reviews, and everyone talks about how big it is compared to the AirPods Pro case and other cases, and I'm going to kind of go into whether I think it's actually an issue and how much of an issue it is. Obviously, the case would be better if it was smaller. That goes without saying. Who would want a larger case in their pocket? You always want a smaller case. You want a smaller case with more battery. But let me actually talk about the case and how it affects me. I like the opening mechanism of the case. It's not always as easy to use, but it's simple enough, and it does protect against dropping your earbuds and having them fly out everywhere, which is something that has happened to me with some of my other earbuds, so I do appreciate that. I think that's a good touch. I also really like the indicator lights on the case. I think it's good to be able to see exactly how much battery is in your case, so you can tell really quickly if 2 lights are on, oh, you're almost running out. If it's fully lit, then you know you have a ton of battery left inside of this case. And so I think that's another good feature. I wish other earbuds would add that in on their cases, especially their more flagship models. The case is also wireless charging and has USB-C. The earbuds themselves are stated to get around 6 hours per charge, and I know the case is supposed to add around 12, which isn't a tremendous amount. I think it is competitive in the industry, but there are a lot of earbuds with much smaller cases that provide more battery than this case. So that is a little perplexing how the case is so large, but you don't get that much battery out of it. I mean, I understand the earbuds are very big themselves, but you'd still think you get a little more out of this case with its size. Sticking with the battery life, I do think 6 hours is a good amount. I know some people in their tests have been able to get a little more. I haven't done a real serious test, but I find that they're sufficient, and since I always put them back in their case, they always do just recharge. And I find that the feature with the LED indicators on the case helps me to charge them more. With other earbuds, you put them back in the case, and you just put them back in the case and toss them aside. You might not plug them in all the time if that's not the kind of person you are. You might just throw them in your car or leave them wherever you're going to leave them. But with this, it's easier to see when you're down to those 2 dots or 1 dot in your mind. You go, oh, I should really charge my case, and then you put it to charge. Whereas when it's 5 dots, maybe you don't. But I actually find that helps a lot more, and it helps me offset any potential battery loss. It's definitely happened to me in the past with other earbuds, where I take my earbuds out of the case and then they just die within 20 or 30 minutes. I didn't know the case had no battery left. I don't always put it to charge. I would just leave it in my car or leave it somewhere else. This is with the Jabras or with other earbuds, like Galaxy Buds I've owned in the past. But with this, you always kind of know in your mind, you always see the lights turn on. So I think it's pretty good at preventing those situations from ever happening, and I don't really see those situations ever happening for me. And with 6 hours per charge, I think that's plenty competitive. I think that's good. And with the case telling you, since you're always usually near a charger, I don't think it will ever actually be an issue that the case doesn't provide that much extra battery life. I've heard some reviewers say that the case isn't pocketable, and I find that isn't true. It does fit in your pockets, but it just leaves a notable bulge. And if you have other things in there, it can be very cumbersome. And if you try and put it like on top of your wallet, they won't really fit on top of each other stacked. So it'll just be on top, and this might fall out. And same thing when you have your phone in your pocket. Unless you have very large pockets, even if you have large pockets, they will be a bit of a tight fit. Whenever I'm carrying these around, especially because it's been a little cooler lately, I'm usually in a sweatshirt and I'll have this in my pocket or any jacket pocket. That's how I prefer to carry it because it is inconvenient in my pants pockets, whether I'm wearing chinos, jeans, joggers, whatever it is. And if you're, for like women's jeans especially, these basically just won't fit in there. If they have pockets at all, these will not fit in them. Ideally, you will be carrying this in either a bag or in like a jacket pocket, because this is pretty big for pants pockets. It's doable, but not great. These earbuds are pretty big, but I do think they fit well in your ear. I don't notice them. It doesn't feel like they're weighing me down. I don't notice them being heavy or anything like that. I think they are very comfortable. I've been having issues where when I use 2 of the fins at the same size, one of the fins just doesn't fit well in my left ear and kind of just pops out. But the actual earbud still stays in, no problem. I've never had any issues there, especially while working out. My earbuds always felt secure. They never felt like they were moving. These earbuds are also IPX4 water resistant, so they should be fine for any workouts. Definitely don't want to submerge them in water. That's usually reserved for IPX7. But in this case, if they get a little rain on them, it should be alright. Some splashes, some sweat, should be no problem for these. So I think they do function as an all-around earbud that you can use for working out, in office, and any other thing you're doing. One thing to note is that the Bose earbuds only come with 3 different sizes in the box, and they come with the tips attached to the fins. And so in that case, you're very limited in what kind of sizes you have as options. And so if the sizes just aren't right for you, I think most people will be fine with them staying in your ear. But for me, I just can't find the perfect size for them to both stay in my ear with the fins, but also give me a good isolating seal. Whenever I have them in, it feels like I can still hear a ton of noise around me when the noise cancellation is off. It feels like they don't really block out anything compared to some other earbuds. And the fact that I can't get a good seal in these will lead me to be making a very controversial opinion, where a lot of people say that this is the best noise cancellation they've ever heard in earbuds, that it blocks out a tremendous amount of noise. I don't find that it actually blocks out that much noise, especially just overall volume of sounds. I find that even my Jabra 75s, just because the seal is so much better and they fit perfectly in my ear. Now the Jabras have active noise cancellation as well, but with that on, I actually find that they block voices better than this, and some other sounds and just passive noises in the background better than the Bose with their noise cancellation on. Of course, I do think the noise cancellation on the Bose earbuds is more sophisticated. I think with different frequencies that the Bose are better at blocking out a wider range of frequencies. But just in terms of isolation and trying to block out voices and everything around me, I feel like this doesn't do an amazing job, or at least not as amazing as I'd expect given what everyone else is saying. The fact that with other earbuds just passive noise isolation comes even close to this makes this a little disappointing for me. The noise cancellation is very good, but I just don't think it's exceptional. It's not like a game changer. I wonder if it really is just me not being able to get a good seal with the fins in these earbuds. But for me, I just don't find the noise cancellation to be a whole nother level compared to some of the competition. And in that case, I think other earbuds that are cheaper might offer even a better noise isolation sound, at least with my ears and with my seal. I think your mileage will vary. A lot of the reviewers that are saying these are the best at blocking out noise they've ever heard, listen to a lot of earbuds, more than I have. And so I think that might be a person-to-person thing. It does seem like the majority of people do think these are the king of noise cancellation. And with that being said, they do block a ton of noise. Compared to normal with no seal and then ANC on, it is a huge difference. It's really impressive. But it's just so much noise comes through with the seal that once ANC is on, it doesn't really do the trick for me. Moving on to sound quality, I think the sound quality of the Bose QC earbuds is pretty good. I think the bass is definitely present and pretty punchy, but it's not overwhelming like lots of other true wireless earbuds and mainstream consumer products. I find the mid-range to be particularly strong, and the highs aren't too bad either. Overall, I think they're probably the best true wireless earbuds I've listened to, but I have never listened to the Sennheiser Momentum 2, so I will have to give those a listen. I'm intending on making a comparison video between those two in the future, so please subscribe if you're looking for that. One big caveat I have about the Bose QuietComfort earbuds is that they don't have any EQ options inside of the app, which I find very strange. A ton of earbuds have these, especially ones that are a lot cheaper, so it seems like a pretty big miss that some of the most expensive true wireless earbuds on the market are missing this feature. And this is something where on other earbuds, if the bass is overwhelming and you don't like bass, you can just turn it down, and then you get closer to the sound you want. Or in this case, maybe you're really into bass and you want a lot just thumping at your head, you want basically overwhelming bass. You can't really get that from these, because whatever the stock sound is what you're stuck with. If these are going to be your daily earbuds, one thing that's very important is the call quality. I've found the call quality is pretty good. I've used these earbuds to have meetings with clients, and I've never received any complaints. I have only had calls with these indoors though, so that's a big caveat there. I've never actually had a call while I was walking around. I didn't test these outside in anywhere with any heavy traffic. There are some videos on YouTube you can find where someone did take them outdoors, and I'll link to a couple of those in the description. Overall, I do think these are some really good earbuds. The noise cancellation is strong, even if the seal isn't great for me. The sound quality is very good, but at the price of $279, I'm just not sure if it's justified here. The battery life is pretty lackluster, including the case, and also the case itself is very large and will be a hassle for a lot of people who don't have extra bags or sweatshirts to carry them in. They are pretty annoying to have in your pants pocket, especially when you have other things like a wallet or a smartphone. For someone trying to get the best bang for their buck, I do think there are other options out there that are probably better suited for you. The AirPod Pros, as I speak, are currently selling for around $199, which is $80 less, which is very significant. And that price has been happening since around October, and a lot of retailers are still selling it at $199. Additionally, the Jabra Elite 75T Actives are currently selling for $150 on Amazon, and even though the noise canceling there isn't as strong, and I just find that the seal there is very good, at $130 less, you get a lot of options there with including the EQ, a much smaller case, and increased battery life to go with that smaller case. While I do think the Bose QuietComfort earbuds are a very good pair of earbuds, I think they'd be much more compelling if they were around $50 cheaper, in that $230 price range, even $250 to compete with the AirPod Pros while they're not on sale. I think that makes them much more competitive. At $280, I'm just not sure if they're worth it with the lack of EQ and the inconvenience of the case. If we do see a price drop or just see them on sale, I will include a link in a comment, and probably a pinned comment, highlighting those deals. I also will, in the description, put a few links for other products I think might be better values for you, like the AirPod Pros at their current price, or the Jabra Elite Active 75Ts. So do check out those links, and also be sure to check out the comment section. So if you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing more earbud reviews, and specifically comparisons with against other earbuds, please feel free to subscribe and stick around, as I have a lot more content coming up soon. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.